Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Sunday Sharpe, do 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 do. Hello, 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 and welcome to another random waffly Sunday. As a Coke bottle makes random popping noises. Oh well. Well, it's either a random Coke bottle making popping noises or a ghost. No. This house, either or. How do you do, Danny boy? Hope all is well with you, Mrs. Daniel, and the fry, and the fishies as well. We shall let a few people more get in before we start trying to ready you two some, because I mixed up you two and Baby Shark Terry. How you doing? Audi 3G, Ruby Begonia. Oh, you can get a good evening. Bonsoir, madame. Or mademoiselle. Yes. Won't be much longer now. When I start streaming, it's going to be dark outside. I was saying that to Jess this week. But it won't be long before she finishes her morning stream and I'll be sitting here in the dark. Under pressure. Is the pressure pushing down on you? It's pushing down on me. The man I saw under pressure. Sorry, bad Queen joke. Let me guess. Family type stuff's occurring. Awkward families. But you know, you got to live with them, so you got to put them first, really. Still not sponsored. Mind you, the people behind Monster probably don't want their product associated with smoking. We go all the way, all sorts, Terry, around here. Clean the house and run. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's been a Mrs. DKF free for you couple of days. Yes, so you could have spent the entire time cleaning, Dan, and it wouldn't have been right. So don't worry about it. Name that tune. Yeah, so weirdly, YouTube is showing us 2 people present. Oh well, never mind. So, what have we been up to this week? Yeah, not a lot. Someone stabbed me, but that's all right. I was only with a tiny little needle. Hello, Steph. And I actually volunteered to be stabbed as well, so that's not a bad thing. First COVID jab. Finally remembered and got round to doing it. And me, you know, it didn't go smoothly. You know, I had side effects. Yes, other than the usual dead arm and feeling a bit tired, but you know, I always feel a bit tired, so I didn't really notice that one. I just napped a little longer than usual. But yeah, so while I was sat there doing the 15-minute wait before they let you leave, you know, just to make sure you're not having an allergic reaction to it or anything. You know, so well, nothing else to do. I might as well read through all the bump from the leaflets. Possible side effects, reading down the list. Yeah, there's that D word. Yeah. So we spent quite a lot of time on the toilet. And I lost about 10 pounds in weight. 3 times. Civil human fright. Deal with feeding teenagers. Yeah. Burnt out, exactly. Well, there's no weed, Terry. just tobacco. I hand roll because it's a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. I'm a relatively heavy smoker, and it costs me probably around £25 a week. If I was smoking ready-mades, it would probably cost me nearer £100 a week to smoke the same amount. Yeah, bit of a no-brainer, really. Anyway, so other things that have happened this week. Hello, Ricky. How you doing? I'm not ignoring you. Dan's glad Mrs. DKF is on the way home. Hello, lovely Patty. Petite Patty. So we'll start from this end, shall we? Everyone up here is doing okay. No issues to report. Everyone feeding and growing well. That tank's going to be empty probably tomorrow, because the shellies from there are going into the tank that's right there, which you can't see, and there's no point showing you because the lights are off because there's no fish in it. The reason they're moving there is because the shellies that were in there I sold today, worth their weight in plecklets. That's a lot of plec. So, yeah, that wasn't meant to come out quite that way, Dan. And yeah, don't tell Mrs. DKF I said that. The lemon blue-eyed bristlenose pair that are in here are coming out of quarantine tomorrow, so they'll go into their new tank. I did also get confirmation today that the LFS will buy my pink ramshorn snails. Still no one wants the cribs, so they might have to go out for store credit. Fleckies, mollies. Oh, something's frozen. There we go. We're back. And when myself and Mary got back from the LFS today, setting off Neolamprologus similar shellies and cherry shrimpies, we have another spawn of mollies. They are the ching, which you can't see because of the light, are the platinum lyre tails. I'll grab the camera, we can have a bit of a look. I think you might see a bit better. And as you can see, there we go. Platinum lyre tails. And yeah, you can definitely see that they're kind of pregnant. Yeah. And get photobombed by an electric blue acara and a fat clown loach. While we're here, we'll have a look-see at so snail Mageddon. Oh, and one of the bristlenoses up behind the heater. Shelly Mageddon, Molly Mageddon, Crib Mageddon, Pleck Mageddon, Empty Mageddon, thankfully. Let's put the camera back. Hopefully it focuses again. Yay! So yeah, there's another spawn of mollies, and dun 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 dun. Fred and Ginger finally got it on. Now Fred hasn't quite figured out what to do. He's got as far as knowing he has to get her in the cave for long enough to lay her eggs. He hasn't figured out that he's got to sit there and fan the eggs for 5 days. So we have a spawn of, well, yeah, we'll go with longfin because one's longfin, so some of the babies will be. Longfin super red bristlenose. Finally. And it's a fairly sizable spawn as well. But as I said, because Fred wasn't staying in the cave, I've had to pull the eggs and pop them in a tumbler. So fingers crossed that we get a good deal of little plecklets in red with long frilly fins. I get more money for selling those than I do for the standard black ones. Of which, as I didn't show because I don't bother with the lights, but the tank down there, there's another 140 bristlenose plecos in that. Sup, Mufter? How you doing? What's up? And I think that is about where we are. Oh, the the ocellatus cribs are, doing what cribs do. They haven't bred yet, but it's only a matter of time. Hello, Kenny. How are you, my sir? And other ones. Oh, yes, and the female multi-punk Skiffia is definitely gravid and expecting. So we will have some baby Skiffia multi-punk tartar as well soon. Yes, I'm glad I've got a couple of tanks cleared. And I'm looking forward to getting another tank cleared because, got another 2 spawns of bristlenoses anyway. So that's going to take another 2 6-gallon tanks. Shanna, my lovely, how the devil art thou? So yes, looks like I'm around about 500 bristlenoses now. Hence the title. It is foot per gallon, right? Because I've got 140 bristlenoses in a 6-gallon tank. Oops. That'll be upsetting people. Usually do. So there's another 100 on in there as well. And they're 2 weeks old, so another 3 weeks, and we'll probably have another spawn to go into there. And with all the extra mollies, because they're probably going to drop again. Yay! It's going to get real fun around here. Hello, Dee Dee. Why do you feel those feet per gallon? Oh, even I'm not crude enough to answer that one, Terry. Not on a daytime live stream, anyway. Not a monetized one, even. I think even I might upset Shanna if I answered that. Me, handsome. You lie, Shanna. You got Vaseline on your eyes today or something. Your eyes certainly ain't handsome. The thing is, first thing I thought when I read Terry's comment there was wizard sleeve. But yeah. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that has happened this week around here. Not really. There's been kissy fusses. There's been not a huge amount of ghostly activity, which is kind of good. Although Shadow was stomping around the other night. So algae bra. We're back on the boob dunking with the duckweed, are we? The algae bra. Is that what a mermaid wears? Sorry. I haven't got enough caffeine in my system. That's the problem. There is far too much blood in my nicotine and caffeine stream. I think there's some oxygen in there too, which is not right. So anyway, another 8 weeks and I can have my second COVID shot. I'm really not looking forward to the after effects of that one if I got that from the first. What else happened? I napped, handed out some CVs. That's pretty much it, really. I lead a really exciting life. Oh, there he is. There's the most awesome bristlenose boy in the world. Ain't you, Spotty? Hey? You trying to clean up my rather algified Anubius, are you? Let's have a look at Spotty. If he was on Game of Thrones, he'd have a very long name. And part of it will be Father of 1,000 Blackos. Om nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Yeah. I think he might actually be responsible for more income for me this year than my job. There we go. Such is the way of life. Oh, pardon me. Oh, Monster and fresh cream is not a good combination. Is it bad that I put my COVID jab sticker on my tobacco tin, which is shaped like a coffin? Did get some weird looks from the nurses. So what we got? There is Google, play Bright Eyes. Let's see if that upsets anyone. So while we're down the LFS today, selling fishies and shrimpies. So I'm rolling a ciggy. I'm not paying no attention. I filmed part 3 of the store tour, which is the exotics / burn it with fire section. Lots of stick insects, snakies, cockroaches, spiders. I don't mean little spiders. I mean, yeah, dinner plate size spiders. Toadies. What else were there? Lizards. All sorts of skinks and all sorts of other stuff. I have no idea what they are. I'll say lots of danger noodles and schneckies. Howdy do, lumpy dog. Giant tortoises. Well, there was one. I wasn't going to stand there and wait for another one to come along because, you know, they're not exactly quick. The dwarf caiman and the pygmy marmosets. So lots of very cool creatures, none of which I will ever own. I don't know. Maybe a small lizard at some point. We shall see. I had fire salamanders and they were cool as well. And so yes, so there's that. Next time we're down there, I'll do the cold water fish section. That might actually be kind of short. So I might combine that with the outdoor fish section. Still not sure whether to do the furry and feathered section. I know that's not next to the BDSM section. That is the birds and mammals. That's, I also actually like the damn thing, Sharpe. I appear to have rolled that a bit tight. Yes, so sorry about Frankie. Poor little Frankie. I'm not going to make a joke as he got to Hollywood. I really have rolled that too tight. Oh, no wonder. There's a bit of twig in the end of it. That's why it's not burning. That's better. So yes, where was I? Yes, that's that filmed. At some point this week, I'm going to do a video on the various foods I feed. That's not all of them. That's some of them, and why I have so many different kinds of foods. And there's also something I thought of the other day, which I'll do. If I could figure out how to do a short, more than 15 seconds long, I'd do it as a short, but it just has to be a very short video. Again, I'm not overly au fait and familiar with American fishing policies and methods, but over here in the UK, at least, we use pellets quite a lot because we don't necessarily fish for the predators. We fish more for the prey. It tends to be bigger and prettier, less bitey. So we use pellets quite a bit, and as we feed our fish, we feed pellets. Now, there's a thing you can get called a pellet pump, not a penis pump, a pellet pump. Very similar construction. You have a small jar at the bottom which you put water in your pellets in, which float naturally, and the pump pumps the vacuum which pulls the air out of the pellets and makes them sink. Now, when you're only one thing you can do in 15 seconds, and given our age, is not go to the loo, Terry. But also, while you're doing that, when I was fishing, you put your flavorings and your additives into the water, and when you then vacuum pump the pellets, all the water gets sucked in along with the extra flavorings. So I'm going to be doing a bit of a shortish video about that. If I can dig out and find my pellet pump, I might show it in use, but it's somewhere amongst all my fishing gear and I have no idea where. I can't even remember if it worked the last time I used it. So I'm going to kill you. Nah, I ain't going to kill you. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time someone's wet themselves watching the stream. Hello, Marit, my lovely. How are you? I hope all went well yesterday at the fishy auction. As I say, I didn't hear too much from you, so I figured it was going okay, or you had a complete breakdown. As you hear, I'm guessing it went okay, and I hope you got lots of shiny, pretty new fishies as well. And I look forward to seeing them. The fishies. You know, I say these days, Terry, it takes me longer than 15 seconds to get to the toilet. So if I get a 10-second warning, well, you know, just stop on the way and pick up a clean pair of boxers. Anxiety attack from the time you got there till you. Oh no, bless you. I say you should have said I was here. I had the phone sat beside me all the time, and you got home and fell asleep. Well, I say you got the gold laser cories. Did you get anything else? And just remember, if all the men were staring at you, it wasn't because they thought you were weird. It's because they were like, damn. They're like, hubba, hubba. Milpheus norvegicus. on a quest. Where the hell did you put your thermometer? Well, if you taste it when you find it, that'll give you a clue, Terry. Because that is the difference between an oral and an anal thermometer, the taste. Lumpy, remember the days when you could sleep right through the night? Miss those days. You and me too. You and me too, Lump. Yeah. If it's not waking up because you got to go pee again, it's just waking up and you go, why am I awake? It's still dark. Body, why have you woken me up after 3 hours sleep? And why do I feel lively and awake at 3 a.m.? When I know full well come 7 or 8, I'm going to feel dead. You got what you went for. That's the important bit, Marek. That is the important bit. And I say, you did it, you got through it, you survived. You can tick that off on your list. I know I can do this. So next time, you know you got it. You can deal. I'm not saying it'll be totally easy, but you'll be able to do it. 15 golden lasers. Wow. That is going to be a gorgeous group of fishies. And a breeding pair of filamentosa. Very cool. Very, very cool. Just a little bit jealous. And I'm sure that's a lovely pair, and I'm going to get to see them at some point. Oh, God, I do apologise. I couldn't resist that joke. You needed one more male. Oh, well. You got a boy and a girl, so, you know, you'll get even more. Even more baby fish. Probably COVID. We all know the best fish you can ever get, baby fish. And the only thing better than baby fish, surprise baby fish. Oh, that's a couple of lucky boys. Lucky, lucky boys. Mind you, they do most of the work, so it might be lucky girls. The males might be getting a bit skinny. Yeah, sorry, my mind's going completely elsewhere, as it tends to do. Yeah, my mind's going dirty places. And you came home to eggs as well. Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When you're just sitting there and you see a move, you just see that tiny little movement in a tank, and you're like, from across the room, you see this tiny little movement. You're like, what is that? And you get closer, and you look, and you look, and you look, and you get closer and closer and closer. And then, bing, you spot the little baby fish. Then you have to figure out what the heck it is. And then figure out what the heck you got to do to keep it alive. Pardon me. And then where can you sell it? Yeah. That does inform a lot of my choices lately of buying fish. Can I sell them if I breed them? Yes. But anyway, yeah, I'm doing okay, Marek. The after effects of the COVID shot are all gone now. Touch wood, I've managed to keep, and fingers crossed again, I've managed to keep all my food up the last 2 days. So thankfully I've not been camping like Shanna, because that could have been interesting. I've been digging lots of holes. I hope the barbecue in the woods all went well, Shanna. Didn't get molested by any large furry creatures, but not any that you didn't want to get molested by. So yeah, so I think the not sick Marriott, I got the other end, but that's just to be expected. Yeah, kind of comes with the territory of having what I have. Anything that can cause that will cause that. Yeah, so I think the only fish I need or want to get now is male Episto and a male Limia, Perusian. The male Episto is going to be easier to find, although I do need to shift out the cribs first. Oh, unlucky Lumpy. Finally ordered first Epistos. What had 5? Seller had 4, 2 DOA. Common sense says 50-50 chance of repair. Luck says more like 90-10. Yeah, I know the feeling. This is why when it's, the only thing I've actually ordered so far has been shrimp. That's because of the ludicrous shipping prices for fish. It works out okay if you want a lot, but if you only want 2 fish, you don't want to be paying 3 times what the fish costs for the shipping. But yeah, that's the reason. One of the reasons I haven't is because they don't guarantee genders or sexes. So, they can say we will try our best to get a male and a female, but if there are pistos that are that big, you can't really tell at that size. You've got to get them to at least an inch before you can tell what they are. Yeah, so I do need to get another male because Missy Pisto is very happy. She's doing great. As I say, Mr. Pisto kicked the bucket, and then little Boise, the small male I got, he went the same way as well. I'm thinking some kind of internal parasite. I did treat with Isha NDX, but didn't really help. Chrissy Tougher, multi-tank addiction lurking while working on new intro video. That's something I really should do because my intro video is still me waffling about model making. It's that annoying one that keeps, every time I go onto my channel on my laptop, it starts playing again from the same point. Yeah. That, and for some reason the membership's not coming up. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to somehow figure out how to do that emojis thing. But yeah, I might have a look at that this week if I get a chance and can be bothered and my head doesn't hurt. Because I've got everything else, and everything else is, it says it's on and done and complete and all that stuff, but it's not showing, not coming up. And that's the only thing I haven't done is the custom emojis. Quite why, I have no idea. But then he's coming up and telling me that only like 10% of my views come from subscribers. So I'm guessing that's a lot of my old modeling videos do still get a lot of views somehow. Amber. Big Wookie hug. I am well, thank you very much, my dear. Hope you are too. And Butterbean is back with the pack. Yay. and causing carnage, no doubt, with everyone jumping up and molesting each other. No. Such a sweet, innocent lady, young Amber. Oh, blessed. Is that 2 or 3 times now in a stream I've had to warn you about something or point something out to you? Howdy, Steve. How's it going, bud? Yeah, so trying to think, where was I before I got put off by thinking about cleavage again? Yeah, it's just doesn't take much, and my mind just goes click, cleavage. New England innocence often betrays me. It's an endearing feature, Amber. I find it endearing and sweet. Yeah, bless. Yeah, you've just not been corrupted like some of the rest of us have. Oh, don't got to run. Can feel disapproving looks getting closer. Brush your food scraps under the rug and throw the human fry in the dishwasher. See you later, Dan. Hope you survive. Gee, you crazy Belgian mofo. How the devil are you? Long time no see, sir. Oh, the Russian green stuff, Steve, is... Oh. Well, there's some baby poop yellow on that shelf, but most of it's Russian green. Most of that's Russian green or sand, and then there's a fair bit of, well, there's not actually anything Russian on the top shelf. That is American, English, Australian, and French. But that shelf is basically all Russian. I guess at some point the mojo will revive itself for modelling, and I'll find myself up in the cave again. Okay, so models on the shelf. Yeah, and there's no hammers anywhere near them. Well, I might have to break out a hammer at some point and get rid of some. Because the way things are going, I might need to get rid of the coffee table, that DVD rack, and then I won't have anywhere to put the models that are on top of it. But I can always just destroy a few German ones and move the Russian ones around. But yes, chances are at some point we might need another rack of fish tanks. Mojo's also about 10 degrees. Hope it returns soon. Yeah, my mojo is about 6 feet below the surface of the earth. Hello, Laurie. How the devil art thou? I can't do the accent, or I would say Miss Laurie in that delightful Southern Belle accent of Jess's. And if anyone has heard from Jess last couple of days, I hope she's doing well after getting her implants. Not those kind of implants. Those kind. Shock of a lifetime at the auction yesterday. Oh dear. What did you see, Marek? Was it sea cucumbers? Or was it a man wearing a white t-shirt that had been tucked in and it had a big skid mark up the back of it? We're currently up to 15 tanks that have got water in at the moment, Steve. Oops. There is another one that's upstairs, empty, and I've got 3 tubs just in case. Yeah, so I might need another fry rack if things go well. But, yeah. I was at the LFS today. He seemed rather excited about the new fishies I'm breeding, so they will quite happily take them. I didn't actually ask how much I'll get for a pink snail, but you know, even if it's only 10p a snail, it's better than a kick in the teeth. So they don't exactly take a lot of looking after and breeding. You just put more than one snail in a glass box full of slightly warm water and chuck an algae wafer in there every day or two. Then there are more. 240-litre tank with stand went for 200 kron. Oh, yeah, that is. Oh, ooh, yeah, that is silly cheap, Marriott. I'm guessing if you had somewhere to put it and you could have got it home, you would have paid for it. You'd have bought that. Is the breeding paying for the upkeep? Yes. It's definitely paying for the food and for the fish. And at the moment, as I'm not working, fish sales and YouTube is my main source of income. So it's, I mean, what I sold today, I sold 30 shrimp and 5 shellies, and I came out with 40 quid. Well, I came out with 30 and a bit because I got some food, but yeah. Now, I mean, 30 shrimp might sound like a lot, but I mean, that little tank down there has well in excess of 300 in it. The other one around the corner has got well in excess of 50 in it. And there's another one over there that doesn't have shrimp in it, but there's about 20 odd shrimp in there as well. Somehow they just arrived. I say 240-litre, that's a 60 gallon. That's a damn good sized tank. I mean, even if it leaked, Marriott, worth it just to reseal it. Anything as good as new. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of that now, though. So I was talking to the people on the Saver Bunny, which, if you're American, check out Saver Bunny on Facebook. It's a bunny rescue in California. If you want to support them. If nothing else, just for the awesome videos of cute bunnies doing cute things. And you will fall in love with Ting as well. Yeah, they're saying they're getting a lot more rescues coming in now. And all the bunny rescues are basically full. All the animal rescues are getting full. And it's because of COVID. All the people who during lockdown were bored went out and bought a new pet, you know, a rabbit or a fish tank or whatever. Now things are going back to normal and they haven't got all the time, or you know, that extra time that they had from not having to go to work or school or whatever. They can't keep up with the upkeep of either the bunny, the fish tank, whatever. So they're getting either put in rescues or the tanks are getting sold. So there's going to be a lot of fish tanks coming for sale soon, I think. Probably lots of very small, better tanks, but you know, 500 krona for a pair of filamentosa. Yeah. I mean, that's a bit, yeah, that's so weird because it sounds like it's pricey, but that's about 75 bucks. But an adult breeding pair, it's probably not too bad, especially if you can breed them and make some money back, or make a profit. Exactly, it's a proven pair, so that's always worth extra. As I've got I know I've got 2 pairs of cribs in that tank there. So when it comes to getting rid of, the pairs will be put in the bags separately and go, yeah, that's a breeding pair, that's a breeding pair, there's the others. Although they're cribs, so I might get less for a breeding pair. Because people probably don't want them. No, not more cribs. Cribs are basically the African convicts, I think. So it's like shell dwellers are easy to breed, but for some reason around here, they go for a really good price. Watching MD and KG, yeah. I don't watch MD too much. He's more of a aquascapist than a fishist. No, I'm not knocking aquascapers. It's just not for me. I like the whole ecosystem and the whole biological and scientific and natural stuff, which is why my tanks usually look a mess, full of algae and dead things. Well, dead snails usually, dead plants. But yeah, John and Elisa at KG Troppers are good people. I do enjoy watching their streams, although time difference wise, it's always on the replay. And there are some good people in this chat, Steve. I mean, Marritt's got a channel. Danny Kent Aquatics has got a channel. If you're still here, Kenny, stick your link in. Same with Chris, Multi-Tank Addiction. Stick your channel names in if you, and Dan, who was in earlier, another British fish keeper, Daniel Keeping Fish, great channel. Trying to think of other British ones. Graham at Aquarium Adventures. And if you like your shrimp, then Mark's Shrimp Tanks. He's a Scot living in Norway, but he knows his stuff about shrimpies. Yeah, there's so many fishy channels. As I say, watching the older Fish Fam YouTube streams. And if you want to know anything about better fish, there is the person to ask. Big City Betters, lovely Amber. Worst part working as bartenders, the things male customers say take a minute to register. Oh, bless. Yeah, Laurie, Monster Fish Gal's got a channel. I think most of the people in this chat have a fishy channel. Yeah, I'd probably leave you speechless and embarrassed. You used to bread betters. There's not a lot of meat on them. I take it you mean breed. It's just breaded fish. Yeah, bless you, Amber. Yeah, I'd probably leave. Actually, I wouldn't leave you speechless and embarrassed. I'd probably get a slap. I'd say something, you'd realise that it's me, so it's going to be something in that kind of ilk, and you'd just slap me anyway, just in case. Yeah, Mark's Aquatics. I don't watch him much, but I have watched some of his videos in the past. And Ruby Begoni doesn't have a channel. Tempted to try it? Go for it, Ruby. If I can do it, anyone can. I mean, I do it badly, but you know, it's been 5 years and I still haven't figured out how to edit anything yet, or pointing the camera in the right direction. Oh, look at that! There he is. Kenny's just manning up, being the gentleman, the knight in shining armor. I'm more the knight in rusty armor, the black and rusty armor. The kind of one with the sword that will give you tetanus. You'll die from the infection, not the injury. But yeah, I was like, it's one thing to say these things. It's another to say them in the right way. Amber, why are you always surprised that men hit on you? Do you even own a mirror? You're gorgeous. Jeez, woman. If I was 20 years younger and in a different continent, I'd be taking up drinking again. Knight in shiny armour can also be an idiot in tinfoil. Yeah, that is too true. The road to good intentions, yes. You're trying to be a gentleman and do the right thing, and then you end up doing completely the wrong thing, making the situation worse, and you're like, why bother? Yeah, at least you know my arm has been around for a bit, rusty and dirty, a bit blood caked, covered in skulls, bat wings. It's a toss up. Would I be Comrade Kurz or would I be Corvus Corax? Yeah, both very cool characters. Hoorah, Kenny. I hope you made him eat crayons. Yeah, it's it's not necessarily what you say, it's who you say it to, how you say it. And I mean, yeah, okay, you can be blatantly wrong, but yes, there's a way of being flirtatious and there's a way of just being a creeper. Not worried about meeting it's a tinfoil. The only tinfoil I'll ever wear, Marriott, is a hat. I don't need armor. I've got hair and fat that protects me. Plus, I tend to hit people first. Well, I hit them back before they've hit me. You see it in their eyes that they're going, I'm going to have a go at you, and then you drop them before they get a chance to try. Hence why my knuckles make noises like that. Yeah. So if you're going to flirt with someone your own age, older than you, and make it obvious it's light-hearted. Then you don't tend to come across as quite so creepy. I hope. Pardon me. And also in the middle, don't burp in the middle of a chat up line. Oh, Kenny, Amber's got some epic collecting stories. Already epic collecting stories from Florida. If you didn't see it, you got to check Ladies' Night. ladies' night on the channel 503 Aquatics with Shanna Banana and Jess from Mainsail Fur and Fins, and the lovely Amber from Big City Betters, and Miss Dee Dee from Dee Dee's Fish Den. Out the loop for the last 2 weeks due to Fishtoberfest. Yeah, that's completely understandable. Yeah. You're glad to go back to work for a rest, aren't you? Let's be honest. I was going to say, this week the last thing you wanted was a whole fleet of new vehicles to turn up to sell. You'd have been like, oh no, I needed a quiet week. But yeah, so. And if you're a man and you want to go onto the ladies' night stream, you have to go in drag. So if I can stay up late enough one night, anyone who knows me will know that that's not a problem. I have no problem making a fool of myself. Yeah, I can do that quite happily. I don't even need to be drunk to do it. Let's be honest, I don't even need to stuff the bra. Willie, felicitations, old bean. Greetings and salutations too. How the devil are you? Or art thou, even? It's been a while. I really should try to remember to be around on a Friday evening to watch the ISM live show, but I keep forgetting it now. Now I'm not on it, I keep forgetting. Yeah. Oh, Kenny. You know I would. You know I would be bowling in heels, full drag, and a skirt. You know I'd do it. It's one of those things where people don't have to like. I bet you wouldn't. So it'd just be a case of collecting the money. I mean, one New Year's many years ago. Yeah, many years ago. Possibly before Amber was even born, if she's not still, unless she's having to work now. I once went out to a New Year's do. New Year's is always fancy dress, isn't it? And at the time, I was young and slim, not balding or grey, had lovely long hair all the way down my back. And there was a bunch of us going out, and all the girls decided to go as St. Trinian schoolgirls, which is kind of hot. Sorry. Someone else decided to go as a St. Trinian schoolgirl as well. Was sitting at the bar and hear a deep voice behind me. What are you drinking, darling? So I turn round and go, I'll have a pint of Guinness, please, mate. Oh, that was funny. Yes, I had the short skirt, the high heels, the fishnet stockings, the white blouse, bra, everything. Being summoned for a round of Sunday work. Catch you later, Kenny. Actually, that's technically the only salute I can legally give. Don't work too hard, my friend. Have fun. Yes. Yeah, so 200 pounds of muscle. I wasn't 200. Yeah, well, he might have been. I wasn't 200 pound at the time. What was I at the time? 11 stone. I was maybe 150 pound at the time. Oh no, Priscilla, stuck for 8 hours at the airport. Oh dear. Oh, I feel your pain and misery. That is not good. Definitely not good. Oh, yeah, I mean, I would definitely be having a snooze. Did I get the point? No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I had to buy my own pint. Actually, did I? Or did no? I think the barman actually gave me one pint, um, just for the hilarity of the situation. Because I was even clean shaven, and yeah, because I did have the piercings at the time, so from the back you would have just seen the ear piercings. You wouldn't have seen all the ones in the face. Oh, that was funny. Let me know how to kill time at the airport and not be irritated. Um, if you can go outside, Priscilla, are there any little ponds or streams or anything like that you could go look at? Or any? Have you got a pen and a piece of paper or a pencil and a piece of paper with you? You could draw yourself a picture. um, you can. There's the always classic of look at the people and make up the story about who they are, what they're doing, where they're going, where they've been. Um, are they a couple that are on holiday to check out a Walmart in a different county or a different state? Outside vaping and 500 freeways. Yeah, vaping, good idea. So if you just find yourself a little bit of nature somewhere to just sit and watch nature happen, that's always a good way to kill a few hours. Although I tend to fall asleep, then I'd probably fall asleep for too long and miss the next flight. The easy mistake to make is to just go to a bar or a food joint and spend a lot of money on food and drink you don't really want, because it's something to do. One reason why, whenever I go anywhere, especially if I'm relying on public transport or anything like that, would you class an airplane as public transport? Well, technically, it is. I've always got my Walkman and headphones, so I can always listen to some tunes. Um, wouldn't necessarily be on my phone an awful lot because batteries tend to die fairly. The last thing you want is to have to be having to make a text or call and then your battery is dead in the phone. That always sucks. Don't have enough funds to find a margarita, but oh no. You just have to find yourself some suave-looking gentleman then. Flutter your eyelashes at him and get him to buy you a margarita. And just flutter the eyelashes and pull the front of the top down a bit. How's the work been? Not working at the moment, Willie. I've been unemployed since 12th of June. Actually, yeah, that was my last day. But really not done much in the way of work since like late March. So currently, technically, I'm at work. Bearing in mind, my income comes from selling fish and YouTube at the moment. Yes, I'm sure Priscilla can manage to find herself someone to buy her drinks. And that exotic accent. Exotic look. As long as you've not got X-Man's Paw Patrol rucksack, you should be okay. Or backpack, sorry. Situation has given you the resting bitch face look. You mean my natural expression? Yes, my natural expression is resting bitch face. When I'm unhappy, peed off. There's the resting axe murderer face. The general rule of thumb is if you see that face, yeah, just stay away and leave me alone. Especially if there are any axes nearby. Yeah, it's all okay, Willie. I just had a bout of depression and anxiety and a boss who was an absolute arse. So I told him where to stick his job. And now he's all super friendly with me. Yeah. And he's advertising my job again. For some reason, he can't keep staff very long. I wonder why. Keeps blaming the staff. It ain't the staff. Kind of cold outside in the shade. Might catch a cold later. Oh dear. So my main experience of things like that is I tend to just fall asleep. When I was stuck in exams at school, because you weren't allowed to leave the exam until the time was up. So I would do things like count all the bricks in the wall of the gym or the hall. I literally sit there and count the bricks because there wasn't anything else to do. You handed your paper in when you finished, and then you had to sit there. Which, doesn't sound too bad, but when it's something like a 3-hour geography exam and you finish it in the first hour, and you've got 2 hours to sit in silence with nothing to do, really boring. There you go, blackberry margaritas for $3. I reckon in 8 hours, it'll be at least a couple of pictures. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you, Willie. I'm all right. I had my medications. It's just the way my brain's wired. Things just build up, and then something goes. And yeah, Oh no, thank you very much. So family-wise, Mary's doing fine. She's also out of work at the moment. Um, and the two kids, Adam and Nadine, are doing great, to be honest. And I've got the crazy girlies. Yes, I have a crazy Marrett. I have an innocent Amber. And a whole bunch of other people I can whine and complain at if I need to. It's like anyone else is a bit weird. Priscilla's in Cali talking to Amber in Florida via someone in the east of England's live stream. I still find that kind of brain melting. Does anyone else remember when you used to get cross lines on the telephones? When you before all the exchanges got automated, you'd actually have someone there plugging the leads in. Yeah, that's a job that don't exist anymore. Now it's one person who spends most of their time asleep and just occasionally switches it off and on again. Traffic is annoying. Traffic's always annoying. Well, I'm not sure what's worse, foot traffic or driving traffic. Driving traffic, there might be an accident or something, which is what's holding people up. But foot traffic, or lights. Foot traffic is just because people don't understand how pavements work. I say pavements should be divided into lanes as well. There should be the slow dawdly lane, which is next to the shops or whatever, where you turn into that lane to go into the shop. Or if you're just bumbling along stupidly slowly. And then there should be another lane for people who know where they want to go and are actually walking at a decent pace. There's times I'll be out walking along, especially in Norwich. Nightmare. I struggle to walk as slowly as some people. They're walking, and I'm like, how the hell do you actually walk this slowly? Yay, found some. Don't burn yourself, Priscilla. Have a snooze in the sun. Just set your alarm for about an hour before you got to catch your flight. Like damn good margaritas. Have you ever had a margarita in Margaritaville? And we're back to the bad music references again. So I was never a cocktail person because they always got fruit in them or fruit juice. I used to get upset when someone watered down my vodka with an orange juice or Coke. It's like, no, why are you doing that? Oh, because it's no. Just pour more vodka in there. And why the hell do people stop in the middle? Well, yeah. Old people that stop in a store in the middle of an aisle and just block the whole aisle off. Or people that stop in the shop doorway as well for a chat. Get out of my way. I swear I should be allowed to have a cattle prod, and anyone who gets in the way, you just cattle prod them and get them out of the way. Ooh, pardon me. Yeah, that was just a fart. A couple of days ago, I wouldn't have dared do that, but you know. Yeah, no. I was always of the opinion that if there was space in the glass to put fruit juice or ice or olives or umbrellas, there was room for more alcohol. Now, if you fill the glass right up to the top, you don't have to keep going back to the bar every 5 minutes. Just saying. Yeah. The other one is people with pushchairs or prams or strollers, I think is the Americanism. They either get right in the way or they always manage to bash you in the back of my blooming legs. Damn tourists. Yeah, spend all their time looking up at things, but they never where they're actually going. The other one, oh yeah, Oslo probably gets quite a lot of tourists as well. Attleborough doesn't. Norfolk does. Well, Norwich gets quite a lot of tourists. Lots of Japanese tourists for some weird reason. Well, I suppose if they don't speak English, it doesn't make any difference. But most English people can't speak Norfolk. But yeah, I developed the method for when there's someone walking straight towards you and they're on their phone and not looking where they're going, they just keep walking towards you. What I do is I just stop and hold my fist out and let them walk into my fist. Yeah. No, I was stationary. You walked into my fist. I'm perfectly entitled to stand there like that. I mean, not with an open palm of my hand raised higher, but you know, perfectly entitled to stand there like that. If you walk into my hand, that's your tough. And I also find if I have to go somewhere crowded that now this will be different for different people and how their digestive system works. But the day before, I like to eat things like pickled eggs, hot spicy foods, garlic. That keeps people out of the way. It's very good in crowds. You just stand there and just everyone just gradually moves away from you. They might give you a dirty look like you disgust me. When the eyes just move. Unfortunately, generally, when I'm in a busy area, I'll try and avoid it if I can. Anxiety, etc. If I am in the city centre, I will dress a certain way. It will be all black, heavy leather jacket, heavy boots, and I will have the look on my face of I'm about to rip your head off. And that does tend to keep people out of the way. I used to be how I did used to look. People would actually cross the street to avoid me, so it had its advantages. Anyway, I'm going to have to go and wrestle the alligator, as Blackie puts it, because I've drunk most of that can of Monster and I'm getting old. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Chat amongst yourselves and watch some fishies. Me means excuse me. Keep saying it and they move. I just go, oi, shift. I'm not as polite. I have no idea why Shadow keeps watching me on the toilet, but never mind. Oh, geez, Harry. That's a good musical reference. Doing the verb bittersweet. Just bumping people out of the way. Yeah. Stop and wait to see what happens. I don't like the whole stopping thing. So I actually called someone a homunculus the other day. Try and get him to move out of the way. Like, oi, shift you homunculus. And they looked very confused. I'm hoping they actually then went and Googled what a homunculus was and found out just how big an insult they'd just been given. Yeah. Fact about that song, Bittersweet Symphony. The Verve haven't made a penny from it. Messrs. Jagger and Richards do. Crossing the street, cars almost hit or edge up to. Yeah, you do have quite a good stare on you, Amber. I mean, to be fair, I think all women do is develop that look. The look daggers. It's a look that men are very familiar with. Uh-oh, what do I do now? What have I forgotten? What haven't I done? What have I done? What have I said? What haven't I said? And she had her hair done. Is that a new blouse? All the questions that run through a man's mind when he's getting the look. Oh, what's the matter? Nothing. Oh dear. I didn't see the time a cop got in my straw. Oh, I'd love to have seen that. I bet the air turned blue, and not just from the police. For those who know, my right ankle is rather messed up from a football injury. Soccer to those. Howdy, Frankie B. And many moons ago, when it was still quite an iffy ankle, so early 20s, I had a woman literally ram her stroller into the back of my ankle in a shop because I was in her way. This was a DVD store, so it's not like she was after baby formula or anything. And I was obviously upset about this, so I just turned around and booted the stroller back. Bear in mind, I was wearing heavy steel toe cap deep sea diving boots at the time. That stroller didn't roll anymore. Yes, but Willie, we're different like that. You are a gent, and not quite as verbose as I am. Your fuse is rather longer than mine, I suspect. And you probably use a lot of words that they wouldn't understand as well. I remember some conversations we've had in the ISN chat where people are going, huh? What? That was in English. Yes. It's not good when two English people have a conversation. I say English, sorry, Willie. Have a conversation in English and confuse English people. That shows the different levels of knowledge of the language. It's weird. It all depends who I'm talking to and what my vocabulary is. Right now, I can't think of long or effusive words. But if I was in a conversation like that, then all those kind of florid terms would be flowing from me in vast amounts. It'd be almost poetic, rather than just sitting here struggling not to swear. I do that very well. Yeah. So fortunately, I've got the size to go along with the short fuse and the violent instincts. So people tend to leave me alone, but some people just don't look. Karen's got a Karen, I suppose. Shoulder ache. Just carrying these things around on my front make my shoulders ache. I don't know how you ladies do it. And yes, before you ask, I have done that in the past and put the cigarette in my eye. It's not a pleasant experience. Right up there on the list of dumb things Sharpe did. Dumb injuries, I should say. They're two different lists. The list is just random dumb stuff I do, and the list of dumb injuries. Oh, so I use one FX6 for 125, two FX4s, alternate cleaning. Good question, Frankie. Personally, I'd use neither. Yeah. Oh, good point. Now, I mean, what I would do is run whatever your choice is and clean them out regularly by like week, 2 weeks, and try and dissuade the bacteria from actually living in the filter. That's kind of what I do. I clean all my filters out every week and try to get the bacteria to live in the tank rather than in the filter. So then if you need to change something in the filter, you can do it without worrying about it. But yeah, I'd probably go with this personally. I'm assuming we're talking 125 gallon rather than a litre. I'd probably go the two FX4s purely, as you say, for alternate cleaning and in case one goes wrong. Because we all know what happens when things go wrong. They don't do it at a suitable time. It's going to be at the worst possible time. You'll notice that something's broken. And if you've got two filters, you at least keep some filtration and flow going. Whereas if you've got one filter and it packs up, you're stuffed. And you don't really want to be having a spare FX6 lying around. Yeah, I say 125 gallon. Even I would use canisters on it or a sump. Yeah, I'd probably go the two, using two rather than one. I mean, go for whichever is your preferred brand. I've got a Fluval 107 on the 64 litre, 16 gallon, 17 gallon, sorry. I call it a 20. and it's 50 is just running off an internal U4 fluval and a little box filter over in that corner. I was given opportunity. Yes, I always enjoy booting them in the nuts. The plum shot, yes, the one that nobody actually. Every man knows it's our most weak point, but no man ever expects to actually get kicked in the nuts. Don't know why. You know, getting punched in the face hurts a lot less than getting kicked in the nuts. But yeah, so I'd go for 2 rather than 1 filter. As for which kind of filter, canisters, pays your money, it takes a choice. They all have not far too much. They all have the ability to put far more medium or filtering mediums in them than they need. 1 piece of sponge, coarse, 1 piece of sponge medium, 1 basket full of filter floss. That's all you need. Because special media in a high flow, high oxygen environment like a canister filter does nothing other than collect a bit of muck. Let's be honest, most of the bacteria will be living in the sponges. So yes, yeah. I mean, I hear good things about the flu balls. I also hear good things about the Oase, Ars, the Biomaster and the Biotherms. The Biotherm does appeal to me more because it comes with a built-in pre-filter. So you literally just turn it off and pull the pre-filter out and clean that out, and you don't have to touch the rest of it. Built-in thermometer, heater as well. Priscilla's off for food. The nap didn't work. Yeah, I'd go for the 2 just to split the load, as it were. Same with heaters, something like 125, rather than using 1 500 watt. I'd probably use 2 300 watt heaters. Again, just in case one goes pop, you got the other one still working. But I would also have sponge filters in there as well, or box filters, or something like that. Something air driven as well. They are great for getting the fine particulates out. So, literally, still the most effective filter for a fish tank is an old school air driven box filter filled with filter floss. You want clear water. That's what you use. I mean, admittedly, that isn't particularly clear at the moment, but that's because we've got a couple of plecos and a couple of clown loaches that have been mucking about in the substrate, and there's a lot of algae on the glass at the moment as well, which I'll need to clean. But yeah, for a simple fluval U4 and 1 box filter, that water's pretty damn clear. Oh, hang on, is that more? Yeah, we got more molly fry as well. I see another couple up there. Only up on top of the filter again. Oh, yeah, and there's more up behind the filter as well. But yeah. So yeah, that's what I'd do. Having multiple systems or multiple things, just in case of failure. It's one thing with like a 10 gallon or a 20 gallon or something, but when you got something the size of 125 gallon, There's going to be a lot of money's worth of fish in there. So, yeah. An escape option if one goes wrong is always a good idea. Now, does anyone else have any questions? Bear in mind, it doesn't have to be about fish or fish keeping. This is my stream. We talk about anything and everything. It can be about lingerie, movies, music, the paranormal, annoying people, trolls. What videos are you guys working on? I'm pretty sure there's a few of you here who have got videos you're working on at the moment. Have I watched Squid Game? I haven't, S. And hello, if I haven't seen you earlier. I haven't, because I don't have Netflix. Mainly because I don't watch things. Well, I've got Amazon Prime, but I don't watch that. Yeah, I basically just watch YouTube. I actually forget the last time I watched television. Aliens are cool too. We can talk aliens. And now you've mentioned it, Scott from Alien World Aquatics will probably show up. He normally does. As soon as anyone mentions aliens. Actually, speaking of aliens, wasn't it June this year that there was supposed to be a whole bunch of papers came out around about Area 51 and the Roswell crash and that kind of stuff this year? There was a lot of talk about it leading up to the date and nothing afterwards. Kind of sus. When do we get to see more ghost videos? When I film them. Yeah. Mary's doing a lot of research on the old church at Tibbetshall St Mary. If I can gather my thoughts to run through either some of the things that happened to me or some of the other local legends and stories. Or when we perhaps go visit somewhere else that is haunted. There's quite a few ruined churches, abandoned churches, castles, that kind of thing around here, but it's finding the ones that don't cost an arm and a leg to visit. It's supposed to be released, the new administration shut it down. It's one of those, yeah, I wouldn't say it was a new administration. I said hi to Mary and she said hi back. Yeah, I'd say that's nothing to do with whoever the person is in the presidency. That goes higher. That is a case of, is it better to have the public making conspiracy theories and figuring things out, or risk the panic from going, yeah, this is real. Here is the proof that aliens exist. By religion, mass panic. We got told there might be a fuel shortage in the UK, and for 2 weeks there were fuel shortages because everyone panic bought the petrol. Can you imagine the panic levels if the government literally came out and said, yes, aliens are real, they visit us. Yes, Ghosts are real. Demons are real. Can you imagine the levels of panic that had happened? Bobbert, hello, sir, Mr. Tennessee Aqua. Oh, that reminds me, I was supposed to send Bob my address. Oops. Yeah, I think that's the reason. It's not a case of a cover up as such, Frankie. I think it's more a case of just common sense to keep these things tucked away, as it were. Is the greater public ready to hear these things? You know, I mean, we've all had a good chuckle at the Facebook posts of man who doesn't believe in COVID dies of COVID. Send thoughts and prayers. We all had a good laugh at them. Exactly, Frankie. That's why they won't release it. And I don't blame them. If they got proof either way, it's a complete reset on society and what everything is. Although that is possibly the one thing that would get rid of all the our country is better than your country, our religion is better than your religion, our way of life is better than your way of life. All the borders and the names and the random lines drawn on maps that mean absolutely nothing. That is the only way to unite everyone, is a common enemy. I hate to say enemy because who knows if they are an enemy? They might be friendly. But, you know, that's the only way people will come together. Howdy, Bob. See, I speak your name and you appear. Hope all is well with yourself and the Ark. And all the wonderful little floofy friends. Sending Yazzie fusses, as always. And yes, I literally just remembered I've got to send you my address. I told you my memory was crap. Don't do drugs, people. It messes with your memory. Or alcohol. Yeah, or just getting old does it as well, I think. I can remember completely random facts about random stuff. But day to day, I couldn't tell you what I had to eat yesterday. You know. I would say I couldn't tell you what I had to eat today, but there's a reason for that. That's because I haven't. Well, had a couple of cream cakes with Mary, but that's all I've eaten so far today. I need to lose weight anyway, so it's not a problem. Yeah, Bobbert is lurking away. Yeah, I mean, and Pamela is awake. Pam, my love, how the devil are you? Such a sweet lady. Oh, waiting for the coffee, so still Pamela, not Pamela. Or Pammy. Or Pammy Lala, or Pammy Poos. Mary's doing well, thank you very much, Bob. She's getting very interested in her research into the history of the spirits and people of Tibbetshire St Mary's Church. Do I honestly believe the world is ready to go without petroleum? The world isn't ready, but it will do. It'll take a lot of infrastructure changes and a lot of very unhappy petrol companies and oil companies. And whilst they're still available to lobby politicians, they will lobby politicians. It's whether, I think Europe and therefore the UK and will probably take the lead on that, or Asia, parts of Asia anyway. China's not going to at any point soon. And I honestly think America will be the last place to go petrol free. And there will be lots of swearing and grumpy people. All those people who built all those pipelines and done all that fracking, and yeah, it's all completely pointless. Oh well. Clean it out, use it as a water slide. Yes, guru indeed. Of course you can drop shameless plugs, Bob. That's perfectly welcome. If you have something to plug, plug away. That's why you're a mod, so you can plug links. I drop shameless plugs all the time in other people's streams and get away with it. The trick is to say shameless plug afterwards. Yes, go for it. Anyone who has a shameless plug to drop can shamelessly plug it. I think probably by now everyone in here is already subscribed to everyone else, so that's not likely to make much difference. Guppy Guru will be the Tennessee Fish Mafia panel's guest at 8 this evening, 8 Eastern, which is 1 a.m. for me. Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely shameless, Dee Dee. You know that by now, surely. I have no shame. When people try and embarrass me as well, they try and embarrass me and they end up going red. Yeah, as I say, that's exactly my thinking, Frankie. Is the yeah, oil companies have just got the hooks in, and yeah, doesn't matter whether Republican, Democrat, Liberal, Green, Conservative, or whatever. It's going to take a massive change, and not just in the US, over here as well, and probably a lot of other countries. It's going to take a massive clear out of politicians, like all of them, and start from scratch again. You just did it, Dee Dee. Yeah, I was talking about Ladies' Night earlier with Shanna from 503 Aquatics, who was here earlier as well. 9 p.m. Eastern Tuesday nights. I damn near wet myself laughing watching the replay. I think, Marek, you should tune into that one if you're awake, or for the replay. You will enjoy yourself. And 9 p.m. So yes, that is 2 a.m. here. So yes, chances of me ever actually being awake, or if I am awake, it's because I've already been asleep and I've woken up stupid early. And I'm going, caffeine. Yeah. The chat, yes. I say, if someone would be kind enough to pop a link to Shanna's channel, 503 Aquatics, and Marek can click on it and hit subscribe. I think you'll like Shanna, Marek. She's a girl after your own heart. Or if not, I can send you one later. Link. Not iffy picture. No more pictures of the top inside of my thighs. Little naughtiness. I swear Jess sat there read most of the stream. And yes, and feel free to tell your saggy boobs joke, Dee Dee. I don't want to take the credit for it. There we are. Thank you very much, Bob. Mr. Kayla, sir. Well, here is another stream that is pretty much equally shameless, crude. Hey, I like to have fun. I view this as I'm having a chat with my friends. This isn't me pontificating or being a hi, this is blah blah blah. Jess is the lady. You're all ladies. Jess is the Southern Belle of the bunch. That's the way I look at it. And hey, we all hear how much Jess swears, so you know. And that's in a morning stream. The Aquatic Morning Show, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 3 till 5 UK time, on Mains, Tails, Fur and Fins. Yeah. Jess or Rocco, if you're watching, that's a fiver. It's all good fun. So this is there is a way of engendering a fun environment where people are relaxed. You can crack a bad joke, no one's going to get upset. You can be flirty and take the mickey, have a laugh, and it's all good. And that's what I like to have. I don't want to be all stuffy and politically correct and completely avoid it. No, this stream is about fish keeping. We will not talk about anything that is not fish keeping. I say, if we want to talk about Hooters uniforms, we'll talk about Hooters uniforms. If we want to talk about world-changing events, we can talk about world-changing events. If we want to talk about why you shouldn't keep a bite with guppies. Oh, yeah, exactly. I was waiting for someone to say that about Peter Dee. It's not an illusion. Governments are decades in front of us when it comes to manipulating the public. We need to just get over all the hype when it comes to renewables. We just need to get over the fact that we think we have any power with governments. Our vote makes no difference to what's going to happen. We just vote for whichever face is telling us the lies. That's all it is. And some of them are better liars than others. Exactly, Frankie. Got to have fun and a laugh. Makes things more enjoyable. Yeah, you can't take things too seriously. I mean, yeah, sure, some things are serious. But even serious things, you've got to have a laugh about sometimes. I mean, like, the Holocaust, horrific. Just one of the darkest periods of human history. You've got to crack a joke about it every once in a while, as bad as it's going to be. Would those people, those poor innocent people that got murdered, want everyone to be miserable about things forever after? Would they appreciate a joke? I'm sure they would. Any new fry? Why, yes, we do, Bob. We do. We have new fry and we have new eggs. Probably the least surprising, we've got more molly fry. One of the mollies dropped this afternoon, some of them. I say this afternoon, there weren't any in there this morning, and when we got back from the LFS, there were some. So there's now about half a dozen in with the plucklets in the breeder box. There's a few more roaming about in there. It wasn't a full drop. I think they're dropping like a few at a time. My tank is in the background. Yeah, that's fishy. And finally, the longfin super red bristlenoses have done the breedy bob. So we have eggs. They're not being fanned by the male. He's still young and hasn't quite figured it out yet. He figured out first that he needed to get Ginger, Fred and Ginger. Says Fred figured out first that he needed to get Ginger in the cave. Now he's figured out he needs to keep her in the cave. Now he just needs to figure out he's got to stay in there afterwards and fan the eggs. So I pulled the eggs and put them in a tumbler because there's somewhere between 80 and 100 in eggs in there. New hyphen red platies, cool. Platies are always cool. First fish I bred was platies. It's J-Rock does stuff. YouTube took the sub away. Yeah, it's weird that happens. Yours isn't like an inactive account, and it's not like you've not been watching my streams or videos. So quite why they do that, I have no idea. But thank you very much. I'll be up to 1,596 again then. Not that I'm counting. It's sat at 1,550 for months and months and months. I'd gain one, I'd lose three, I'd gain two, I'd lose one, you know, that kind of, and it's finally started going up again. So quite why, I don't know, but I actually show under the live banner. Wow. But yeah, it's weird algorithms that do weird stuff. What other ones have other? Oh yeah, and I've got more baby Shelly dwellies in there, Bob. More of the Neolamprologus similis. So that's one of the jobs for this week. Is Shelly's in there are coming out and going into the tank that's right here, the Fluval Flex 15, which is now empty because I sold all the Shellies that were in there because they're all full-grown adults and they weren't breeding. Which will clear that tank, which I will then take the sand out of and get rid of the rest of the blue-green algae, the cyanobacteria, which will give me another tank spare for plecos. Yeah, it is odd. It does just happen though sometimes, J-Rock. I've had it where someone I've been watching for years, and it's all of a sudden like, I haven't seen a video from them for ages. And you look, and there's 300 new videos, but for some reason YouTube's unsubbed me. And then there's channels that I'm not subbed to that all the videos show up on the feed. What? Why do you think I'm interested in that? That's not related to anything I watch. Yeah, I'll say YouTube does weird stuff every now and then. No, you've not soured nothing, Willie. Nothing to apologise. But anyway, yeah. Have a good time. Stay safe, stay healthy and happy. And same here as well, Willie, if you need a chat. YouTube trying to expand my horizons. Yes, like they don't know how many drugs I've done in the past. Oh, Frankie 75 leaked 3/4 of the way down hole in a 55 with many water changes. Logistics is a mess. Yes, logistics everywhere is a mess at the moment. Yeah, thank you very much, Merritt. Thank you for turning up and pointing out the fact that I'm running over time. Eek. But yeah, it does, Bob. It'll go up one, down two, or yeah, it's weird. But, it sort of sits around the same level for a while and then suddenly jumps up a bit. I think what that might be is that people realise that they've been unsubbed to you for a while. Where Bob hasn't been live or put any videos out for a while. Bloody hell, I'm unsubbed. Resub. If 20 or 30 people do that with channels my size or slightly larger like yours, it makes quite a difference at the end of the day of the numbers. But anyway, I do need to get something to eat. And I'm surprised if you haven't been listening to my stomach grumble for the last half an hour. It's almost as loud as my voice. It certainly feels it anyway. So thank you everyone for turning up, putting up with me waffling for a couple of hours. Yeah, cleaning the litter box is probably more enjoyable. Yeah, I say it happens, Jay. It's just every so often you have to go through your subs list and go, why aren't they there? Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe. Have a good week. Have fun. Enjoy your hobby. Peace out. Rock on. Bye-bye. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do. Sunday shop, do 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 do.